studies now look at the cellular structures as they appear under the electron microscope, starting with the cell membrane. The cell membrane is also known as the plasma membrane. It is found in both animal and plant cells. It consists of three layers. One, a protein layer, a phospholipid layer, and a third protein layer. So in effect, there are three layers consisting of a phospholipid layer that is sandwiched between two protein layers. The membrane is very thin and flexible. It also has pores. And thus makes it semi-permeable. That is, it allows substances to pass through selectively. Certain substances will be allowed to pass through, while others will not be allowed to pass through. The functions of the cell membrane include: 1. It encloses the cell contents. That is, if this is a cell, the cell membrane keeps all the cellular structures within itself, preventing them from getting away. Secondly, it separates the cell contents from the external environment, because some of the cellular contents may be destroyed either through reactions of neutralization by certain substances that are present in the environment. So by separating the cell contents from the external environment, the cell membrane helps to preserve them. 3. It controls the movement of substances into and out of the cell. Whatever enters or leaves must be such that it can be allowed to pass through the cell membrane. So the cell membrane determines what will enter and what will leave the cell. The cell wall is a structure that is found in plant cells only. Plant cells have, in addition to the cell membrane, an external structure that is the cell wall. Plant cells have a cell wall that is made up of a chemical compound known as the cellulose. Cellulose is a type of carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is an organic compound that is found in living organisms. Now, plant cells do have a cellulose cell wall. Other organisms, like fungi, also do have a cell wall, but it's not made up of cellulose. It is made up of another type of carbohydrate known as chitin. Bacteria also do have a cell wall made up of a protein known as murine. But in this lesson, we'll concern ourselves more with the green plant cell wall. As mentioned, the cell wall is made up of cellulose. This cellulose makes the cell wall to be tough and rigid. The cell wall is tough and rigid. However, it is freely permeable, allowing water mineral salts, and other substances to pass through. In addition, the cell wall has tiny pores known as plasmodesma. Plasmodesma is one, and plural of that is plasmodesmata. So the cell wall has tiny pores known as plasmodesmata, through which large substances pass through. So from one cell to the next, those substances that cannot pass through the cell wall and the cell membrane are shunted through the plasmodesmata. So the plasmodesmata allows for the transport of substances from one cell to another, and this usually occurs through certain tubular structures that pass through the plasmodesmata from one cell to the other. Now, what are the functions of the cell wall? One, being very rigid and tough, it provides mechanical support to the cells. This helps to give plant cells the definite shape and rigidity that they are known for. Secondly, being tough, the cell wall protects the cells against mechanical injury. And three, being tough and rigid, it prevents the cell from bursting after taking in a lot of water. Now, the cytoplasm is a transparent jelly-like fluid. It is, it's viscous, it is thick, and it fills the inside of the cell. Its jelly-like nature, its viscous nature, enables it to perform one of its most important functions, and that is suspending and supporting the organelles and other cellular structures that are contained within. Secondly, it also provides the medium or the site for the many of the biochemical reactions that take place within the cell.